Is there any reason this is starting out with the start screen again?
Yeah.
Oh, you were showing off the password screen. Okay, that's fair enough. So is this this is the final part,
this
yes?
is the secret password.
This
This is the secret password. Puts you at the end of the game, all 40 tanks, all 4 weapon tanks, 1 super tank, all weapons.
Just because you couldn't be asked showing off their locations?
No, because I couldn't be asked with changing the music over for the final fights and having to go through the whole castle again.
What the hell? Who gave him those?
So,
I don't remember this bit at
you
all.
guys felt from Natsume. This is the first episode.
Oh, right. For some reason I was confused because it started out with him receiving both items from some dimension wall, so I could have sworn that was a later episode. Is this a different sub to TV Neon?
Yeah, I used Mega Anons.
Oh, right.
Was it Mega Anon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's only up to like episode 8.
Yeah, he's taken a while. I think it's because he's working on Mega Ranger. But
Yeah,
regardless of
probably.
sub-discussions, this
Yeah.
is the first transformation of Decade. Oh yeah, you edited in.
I'm putting Cougar here because we already have Cougar and we're not seeing him again.
Oh look, it's the ultimate bromance. Sorry about the poor
This
quality
music.
of this particular
This
scene,
scene.
viewers, because it's the best you're getting.
It's the year 2000. Deal with it.
Yep. Plus, I think it was filmed with some American-style cameras, just like Zedo.
Probably.
Oh, Godai. I missed this show.
Yeah, this part is going to be like 25 minutes long, specifically because of these transformation scenes that I've edited in.
This is not the Cougar who was travelling with Decade in Decade, this is the good Cougar.
This is the actual Cougar who is a total bro.
I never got why he wobbles like he's a Zelda character.
I don't know. Standing on like in one position is uncomfortable as hell, I guess.
Maybe. But these guys are trained to do that.
Anyway, it's the Robot Master rematch. So first of all,
Rastafarian?
fight.
Oh, for fuck's sake, really?
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch this show again. You saw that gif. I'm sure I sent the gif.
Don't worry.
Did you see the gif?
It's just his fairly old. Yes, I saw the GIF. It's his fairly okay transformation.
Oh yeah, this is
And nothing else.
this is one of his few hero moments. I say few because really it is one of his few. Admittedly, the belt is fantastic, but the show, not so much.
Yeah, the voice of that belt, complete, exceed charge.
Oh,
No,
Awakening. Yeah.
Awakening, miserable.
See, the show itself, nice aesthetics even, nice sound for the belt. Horrible characters and story.
Anyway, basically now I'm using the powers because I have to conserve my health.
And, show
The
them,
music-
because it's a Let's Play.
The music for each of those boss fights is called Decade. Oh, you'll love this one.
Which one is this one? Which episode even?
This is Kabuto. This is episode 4. 'cause
Oh,
the
is this
first
the
one-
Rain episode?
First episode's like, oh god, why?
Yeah, the first
Because
episode.
Kagami's like, no, that's mine.
Yeah, I do kind of hate that scene. I've seen it enough times as well. Did you actually download other episodes for this?
Yeah, I didn't just get episode 1 for all of them.
Oh, this is that episode where
Yeah.
Kagami starts being the
But
best
I edited-
character.
Yeah. I edited chunks out.
Here's another fantastic
Spoilers.
suit and belt, by the way.
Isn't that just pretty cool? I left this bit in because it's an extra 40 seconds which I'm not leave in to show off what Kabuto really is like. Here's where all their CG budget went.
Yeah, they stopped using this around episode 30, except for I think Hyper Clock up once or twice. And I
Isn't
don't,
it really cool looking though?
it is, I do love the rain, but they don't do the rain much ever again because of, for fuck's sake, this must be really hard to edit.
Well, they don't do the rain specifically because it would cost an absolute freaking bomb, but just look at it.
It is a really nice visual thing going on. I do love Clock Up. Remember that one bike chase they did on the bridge?
Kind of barely.
They clock up and jump across cars that are stood still because.
Oh yes, yes. Now I remember it. That was just like, oh, grief my head.
So
Anyway,
Kabuto is weak to Agito,
Agito.
but we'll discuss that when we do Real 7 one day. But we still on Mega Man 4.
We're gonna do 4.
1 second.
Then Champ died. Oh dear, next up is Ryuki. Right.
This show actually really grew on me, especially what's it, Shinji.
And that's the one sound the belt has.
Unfortunately,
Oh, so you remember how I called this belt the bike ride bubbler?
yeah.
Turns out I'm retarded and it's called ride shoot.
Oh yeah. They released the SHF for it a while ago. I don't like his eyes when they glow because it looks really weird and a bit cheap. Something I don't know. This show uses a weird camera for that particular. I don't know what kind of camera style they use, but it's really weird. It bothers the hell out of me when they do those mirror entrance scenes. They don't do them again after the first like 10 episodes though, because really
They just run onto the scene like a Power Ranger.
yeah.
Stop
But really,
right
who the hell
there.
cares? That bike's ugly as tits.
Hooray, it's Ryuki, he's weak to Kiba. I missed.
I don't get
Got
that at all. Well,
What?
in Mega Man 7 it kind of makes sense, except not really.
Which one?
The weakness. In terms of a rider style comparison.
It's just... I don't know, okay?
So this is
Kick off,
Decade?
have to
I think I
work
remember the
with
song.
me. Yeah.
Who is
It's
it
music
this
that
time?
happens. I guess.
Kiva.
Considering
Nope,
it's all
Hibiki. Yep.
all the dong-dong-dong-dong-dong
This
sounds
might seem really
happy music.
minimalistic for some people, but Hibiki is a stellar show. Unfortunately, Sam used the early episode scene where, for some reason, they had this weird fetish with bloom and weird smoke effects. So you can't tell what's going on at all.
Well, better than like episode 2 where it happens off camera.
I love this music. What's not
Yeah, instead
being...
of using the belt to transform, he uses the tuning fork, so it's a bit different in that regard, isn't it? And then he sets on fire.
Yeah. It is...
And then it sounds like he's doing a Dragon Ball charge.
It's a clothing-destroying transformation, in case you couldn't tell.
It's like Dragon Ball charging his ki.
Hibiki's another one of those designs I wasn't keen on when I first encountered Kamen Rider along with Amazon, but it quickly became one of my favourites, just because of how unique it is. And then Wizard came along and it kind of wasn't as unique, but it's still more unique than Wizard's, because of the material used for the suit, which is amazing, by the way.
So Hibiki's weak to Blade. Don't know why.
It
Don't care
kind of
why.
makes sense, because Hibiki's a demon, and Blade is a knight.
And I can't aim for crap with the Blade Claw, Slash Claw, because it's got like no range at all in this 8-bit version.
Hasn't it got
I
a
mean, it's
decent...
pretty bad in the original set.
Doesn't it do decent
But
damage, though?
it's like, it's hard here.
Doesn't it do decent damage, though?
It does, but its range has been halved.
Oh.
Oh, look.
I remember that piece of crap gun. It didn't do jack.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it do jack.
Remember, people, in Kiva you can't do crap unless you're Kiva. I do like Kiva as well. Another one of those really good belts. Sentience really does award it a good voice. Unfortunately, its user is a total burr.
Shame.
That's why I prefer Decade Kiva, ironically. Even though he's a little bit of a bitch as well. Interesting trivia note for anyone who's watching because Kamen Rider. They had to introduce his final form early because that armor was really affecting the suit actor because of how heavy it was.
Oh yeah, wasn't it like slowly crushing his spine or something?
Something like that. And yet, Seiji Takaiwa is still the main suit actor. That man has got dedication.
Well, he manned up, I guess. Kiva is weak to Hibiki. I'm not even gonna try and ask like how.
Vampires are weak to Holy Fire. And
Vampires are weak to Ongekiba. There you go.
it does make sense, sort of, because a vampire would sort of be a demon in the Hibiki sense.
Sort of.
But not really.
I've been through these runs so many times I know who's next. So I'm cycling for the weakness.
Oh
yes.
right, this is the imagined possession we were talking about. If his acting seems a bit forced here, it's because he's being possessed by a badass.
Yeah.
Oh right, there are actually other imagined besides the mole one.
This is a pretty cool effect, how you can like one-handedly put the belt on your like.
Yeah, that is good. I do like the belt itself as well. Another one of those unique ones. Because of the scan effect, which does work in real life as well. Is this in this double action?
Yeah, it is. Sword form.
Yeah, it's
The
another one.
Eurobeat.
It's another one of those songs where only the chorus is good.
Hmm.
Though I must say, A Boundless Life has grown on me a lot.
So, Deno is weak to Ryuki. Then I realised that Ryuki is actually a second grapple switch to Faiz at some point.
Why?
Because Faiz works just as well, and doesn't like have 1 second delay between pressing the button and actually firing.
Ryuki being worse than Faiz. In what universe?
This
Decade.
the
Fuck
world
you.
of Rockman. Rockman no Sekai, as the title of the game is.
Yeah, I just realised and remembered.
Oh look,
Oh good.
it's Agito.
A decent scene.
What do
Well.
you mean decent? G3's on the floor.
You haven't seen Agito at all, have you?
No.
That's kind of a recurring scene until G3X, and even then, Hikawa does kind of get the short straw because he's not an Agito. Spoilers.
And yet somehow he manages to like defeat everything, or
Well-
at least like partially help.
He can go toe to toe with some lords when he gets an upgrade. I do love this effect here. Ironically, I'm fairly sure. I never understood Agito's ending myself.
Agito's confusing as hell.
It is. It's in Aoi's one good Heisei series. Faiz and Kiva being his other series. So yeah, I already mentioned this.
Jump shoot. Weak to Deno.
And even more weak in Mega Man 7, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
That's because you can stun one in Mega Man 7. It's
Like,
pretty
you
pathetic,
can, I know
but-
people have a go at 7 for that, but you can do that in X as well. So you know, fuck those people.
Yeah.
The X series is really blatant for it. Who's last?
So this is. I left this in because this is like every episode of Blade for quite some time, actually.
What?
Hey, user of the Blade Belt, we've found out where the enemy of the week is. Go to it.
Isn't
beat
that
it up.
Mitsuki?
Okay, yeah. It's like the first episode with a decent transformation that isn't properly spoilers.
Oh, good. Yeah, Blade kind of has a bit of a rough start. Still a good show. Definitely up there.
Stick with it, people who want to watch Kamen Rider. If you stick with it, the ending will just be like, oh, where did these feels come
Oh,
from?
it's this bridge.
This one bridge.
Gentaro does that in about 10 years after this season. Well, not 10 years, but you know what I mean. I love this. Though the motorcycle buffs really bother me. I know for the sake of urgency he had to get down there and save Mitsuki, but
I'd just like to point out that beat line.
Beat Lion.
It's 3 of Spades.
Oh, cool.
Powers up his punches. But I just thought I'd point that out for no reason at all.
I don't think he ever did a rider punch.
No, beat wasn't really used very much. If ever.
I can't remember if Garen did. Chalice never did. And
What, use cards other than finishers?
No, I mean a punch. I could have sworn his Jack finisher was a punch. Or was it Ryder shooting?
Who, Garen?
Yeah.
That was Burning Shot. It's like several shots of fire.
So Ryder shooting under a different name.
Chalice did use a combination of Vine and Chop.
Vine and Chop is his kick, you idiot.
Vine and Chop drags the enemy towards him and then
well done.
Does a karate chop. You're thinking of Float, Drill, and Tornado. Anyway, need to recharge Agito, need to recharge Hibity, need to recharge Kabuto.
Like Kabuto.
Fires. And it turns out actually I'm just going to use the Buster and the Super Adapter for this anyway. I'm MLG, and I fight all the bosses with like the worst powers.
Why?
Because
there's something. Oh yeah, they put the Shock logo on that.
Put the Shock logo on it.
Really odd mix of themes. Nice song, by the way.
Yeah, this is Millions of Me, which is a stock piece of music which has appeared in loads of stuff, including apparently Minute to Win It, even though I've never actually seen Minute to Win It.
What the hell is Minute to Win It?
Some game show that I honestly don't really care about. But if you go on YouTube and search Millions of Me, the top 2 results at the moment, I'm not sure if it will be in like 50 years time when somebody other than us watches this video, the top 2 results are a picture of Kamen Rider's Black and Black RX transforming next to each other in that One Decade episode.
That's something I have to give to Kamen Rider Decade. It
That's
got
the best
real
episode
Kamen
ever.
Rider Black back. And Black RX, obviously, because they're the same person. And
so Dien just summons Black to Black RX's world. They look at each other, go, shit needs to be sorted out, let's do this. And then they transform. No, like, how was there 2 of me bullshit. It's just this time. Let's go.
Black gets shit done. What? You say that, but this is Mega Man 7, sort of, with the hardest Wily machine.
カイト。このカードは君には使えない。仮面ライド。
And then I decided...
At least it's widely agreed as such.
And then I decided that I was going to try and do this with Super Adapter, no E-Tanks.
How well does that go?
Let's find out, shall we?
And this is a really weird song.
This is the ending theme, apparently, of Kamen Rider Decade, which doesn't mean anything because there isn't endings anymore. This is Ride the Wind, which is sung by Masahiro Inoue. Yeah.
Oh, the actor.
The actor for Decade. Dude.
That's cool. Which reminds me, did you ever see Shinpai Honey Bunny from Go Busters?
No.
It's just Yoko flaunting herself on stage with a load of Playboy bunnies.
Isn't that like every Japanese female actress ever though?
True.
Anyway, at first I was going to have like, you know, the Form Ride music from all the other bosses in the castle? Not Form Ride, Power Ride, whatever it's called. But the ones that we saw last part. Those bosses. I was going to have that for the second, the Stomper thing, and then Millions of Me for this, but it took too long and I couldn't find a way to make Millions of Me loop nicely. And then eventually this song just really grew on me. It's really good. I like it.
Viewers might find it odd that the actors are singing their theme songs from their own shows, but in Japan it's kind of a thing that idols have to be able to sing and act.
Yeah.
Even the male idols, which as male viewers tend to ignore the fact that the males in the show are also idols sometimes.
Yeah.
For example, in Kabuto, Kamen Rider Gatak, or the guy in that scene we saw earlier who wasn't transforming, sings the song "Lord of the Speed."
I found out, by the way. You
In-
remember how
in-
we were like, is Lord of the Speed theme for Hyper, or is it just Full Force again? Turns out it is Lord of the
Yeah.
Speed.
For Hyper. Oh,
Bro, it plays during
Ironic
the
that
first
Kiyomi
bit.
sings it then.
Yeah, it is.
Ironic.
It is very ironic.
Also, other actors who, at least I know, who have sung songs for their series. In Kamen Rider O's, Eiji sings
Tajidor.
both the Tajidor and Power to Terra song, along with in Tajidor he sings it with the man who gives him that form, and Power to Terra is sung with the voice of the belt and long-time Toku singer Akira Kushida. Very good songs, both.
Still not dead yet.
I don't know if there are any others. Yeah, you are doing quite well, I must say. I've never seen this done without the Wild Coil or an E-Tank.
Yeah, well, you know, I was saying that I was MLG earlier. It turns out actually I am.
You're about to get wrecked.
No.
Alright, okay, fair enough. You're earning your chops.
Think about it this way. I have seen the video already, because not only did I play, I also had to edit it. You have not. Who do you think is going to be right?
Decade.
Probably.
What an asshole!
What an asshole.
Did you see that GIF in the other day? It was him, I think, arriving somewhere. I think it might have been Wizard's World or something. He just untransforms it, and the caption is Kamen Ride, and he puts on his sunglasses to deal with it.
Yeah. Exactly
Quality
as the
GIF.
music ends. I'm so good at this.
I don't see that ever happening, to be honest. Whenever Narataki gets defeated, he just gets pissed off and like, fuck you, Decade, I'll see you next
Summons giant enemy crab on us.
Becomes giant enemy crab.
Screw you now. Get buried. Get beamed in the air.
Now, unlike Mega Man 7, I can see this happening.
What? Dien summoning?
Okay.
Dien saving Narataki?
No, Decade considering killing him.
Yes.
So, obviously, because this is a Japanese version, that doesn't actually happen.
Unless it was that comic where it's like, this is all Decade's fault. No, Narataki, it's your fault you're addicted to cocaine. And Narataki's like, please help me. And then Decade's like, of course, father. Come around Decade, the end.
I remember that one, it was stupid
It
as
was
tit.
really bad. MS Paint comic. So then the fortress blows up. Suddenly is replaced by like 3 sprite sheet for fire. It's like 3 sprites cycling there. If you look carefully, can you see how Decade's eyes are like really slanted? It's like that was the world of Movie War 2010, where he goes to Fury form.
Alright.
So yeah, that's why we were also killing off the Robot Masters. I think we were meant to be killing the original ones there, as with Movie War 2010, where it turns them all into camera cards.
By the way, Dien doesn't look any better when he's not 8-bit, as we just saw him there.
No.
Yeah, that's totally Freeze, man.
Totally. So this music is the next Decade.
Isn't that the main theme? Oh no, that's Journey into the Decade.
This is
This is
Gact
the next
again.
decade. Is this sung by Gact as well?
Yes,
Yeah.
Gact. You can tell it's Gact. It's Gact, you know?
So how much harder is the 8-bit version than the 16-bit? I know you don't have the shop, and you have to go straight through the Wily Castle.
It controls tighter, because it's not as floaty, and you're not as big, but at the same time, the difficulty is adjusted. It's kind of difficult to explain how it's different, that you can get your ass kicked in this one.
Wait, I have... no, I'll ask about that when we get to Mega Man 7, because fuck it.
So yeah, in order to be able to put their own custom, what they call credits, they modding staff for Tonga O
Just
kick up Nintendo so vegan night. You guys are awesome for making a game like this.
They should make more. Weren't they doing one for Mega Man 8 with the older riders, or was I
They
mistaken?
were going to, but that seems to have ran off. I really would have liked to have played
No.
that though, even But if you think about it, there's not really much. I mean, all the old riders
No,
just
it would just be a
hit the enemy till they
pallet.
explode, really, don't they? Whereas if it was the Neo Heisei, like double onwards, what, Neo
Probably
Heisei?
not.
Alright, Glorious Heisei, so if I give it a damn.
Yeah.
But like double O's, no wait, double Axel O's, whoever the hell was the secondary nose, Forze, Meteor, Wizard, and Beast. Well, Beast. Screw Beast.
Wizard and Boo. Actually, you could do that with Gaim because of the lock seeds.
That would.
So Gaim could be the Mega Man in that one.
So, anyway, yes. What's your final verdict on this game before we run out of time, Andrew?
Where is more?
As a number, I'd give it a 9 out of 10 with my musical improvements. So, link will be in the description. See you guys next time.